This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live. Presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for it's Tuesday, November the 1st. Thank you for being here. It's a night the Canucks lost 5-2 to the New Jersey Devils. Right off the bat, happy birthday to legendary Lucas Gates. I wish that you saw a win, but I hope you had fun nonetheless. Moderators, thank you in advance. Members, thanks to all of you. And for all of you viewers, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know I do not take you for granted. I know that you could be watching, doing anything else, but the fact that you're here with me means a lot to me. And yes, we did crest over the 9,500 subscriber mark, so we're 100 subscribers behind my pace. I want to be at 9,600 on November 1st, but we're still doing fine. We're going to get to 10,000 maybe in the new year as opposed to by the end of the year, but I'm still very happy with the way this channel is growing. Thanks in large part to you. If you're watching now, make sure you subscribe. That way you can leave comments. Make sure you like this video. There's only 9 likes in there. There's 50 of you in here. Let's bump that up. I know the Canucks didn't win, but we can still like the fact that we're together. And as always, you're welcome to leave donations. You're welcome to gift memberships. And you're welcome, most welcome. I want you guys commenting, chatting with each other in the chat for sure. As always, I will get to you halfway through the show. And did I say this already? If you're on the podcast, listening on podcast, make sure you rate and review as well. So I'll go for the first half, then I'll turn it over to you for the second half. And remember, Tuesday night's my short one, or at least I don't go too long because I have to get to my church for my weekly prayer hour at midnight. Lucas, his birthday, and he's the one donating. Thank you, Lucas. It was a fun game. I know it sucks to lose, but it was a very scrappy game. New Jersey had a good goalie tonight. Credit where credit is due. That is good, balanced analysis from someone who was at the game. So yes, thank you, Lucas, for the donation, and more importantly, happy birthday. Very quickly, I obviously want the Canucks to win. They didn't have Sportsnet 360 at the bowling alley because it's not part of their cable package. So I had to watch it on my phone, which I did. So I did that for sure. And I saw all the goals. I didn't see them all real time. I had to go back and watch some of the highlights. So I didn't get to see the entire game. But I must tell you very quickly, all is not lost. I actually had my best bowling night of the night this year. So I won some money because I won some of the games we play. And my scores today were 201, 168, 210, and 188. So I averaged 192 today. And remember I told you that my team's been really struggling? We actually took 34 out of 50 points today, and I swept my opponent. So a small bit of good news for today. Yes, I averaged 192, which is more than I weigh. So I'm always happy when I outbowl my weight. So some thoughts. Now that I've come home, I've watched the highlights once again. I listened to Bruce Boudreau talk. I listened to Bo Horvat talk. And yes, you guys can keep chatting, certainly in the chat as well. Although I might not necessarily get to all of your messages until the second half. But continue to chat with one another, and that's pretty cool. And another donation from Lucas. Always starting out the donation train, the Lucas Gates train. Already getting ready for my next game as a fan. Bell Center on November 9th, repping this GLCPC on the road. Yes, heading out to Montreal. That is pretty sweet that you'll be going next week, watching the Canucks and Canadians battling next week. Great. Thank you, Lucas, for the donations once again. So some thoughts as I look. I look at the shots on goal. 37 for the Devils and 23 for the Canucks. That's pretty bad, obviously. And I look at the special teams, and on first glance you say, okay, fine. New Jersey scored on their one power play. By the way, I haven't seen this guy in a while, so welcome, Nucks fan number 29. Not just because you called me the Great Clay, but welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. So you look at first glance, 1-on-1 on the power play for New Jersey, so they only got one, so that shows good discipline by the Canucks. And then you say 2 for 5 for the Canucks. That sounds great. That's great special teams, actually, at least on the power play side. But then you recognize that New Jersey also scored a shorthanded goal, which was a backbreaker. Ended up being the game-winning goal, actually, the third goal of the game for the Devils. And then you say, oh, man. So not only did the Canucks give up a power play goal, but they gave up a shorthanded goal as well. And by the way, it's Lucas's birthday today. It's also Birdie's birthday today, sharing the sad news yesterday that his mother passed away recently. So, Birdie, thanks for being here on your birthday. And I sure hope that things, that you've had family to surround you and that you're doing okay. I really do. And is it Burns' birthday too? Or no? I think Seattle's maybe did she did a typo, which is fine. But Birdie, glad you're here. Lucas, glad you're here. So I saw that, and then that's obviously not very good. The whole Luke Schenn Wood thing was interesting, and then Joshua's third man in, even though he was actually the fourth man in, because a New Jersey Devil was actually the third man in. Kind of strange, but out of it, the Canucks get a power play, but they also lose 2 men from the game because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're all 3 of Wood, Schenn, and Joshua thrown from the game. I don't know why someone's going to have to explain to me, because at this part I didn't hear. I didn't get a chance to watch a replay. I saw the fight. It sounds like Wood jumped Schenn before Schenn even had gloves off. That's why Schenn was so mad. And then I saw that Joshua got the third man in. So tell me why, someone just put in the chat why I know why Joshua got tossed if he was third man in. Why did Schenn and Wood get tossed from the game? Let me know in the chat. I would love to know exactly what happened there. Yeah, let me know in the chat why why Wood and Schenn got tossed, aside from having a regular 5-minute major. Some positive for the Canucks. Bo Horvat scores 2 more goals, both on the power play, both from the bar position, both from JT Miller. One of them was Pettersson with the secondary assist. One of them was Hughes with the secondary assist. So Horvat certainly doing his share. Now has 8 goals in 10 games, which is very, very impressive. And obviously, the better he does, the more he's lining himself up for a really good contract, whether it's with Vancouver or with another team. No, Jesse, that's not a dumb question at all. Third man in basically means if 2 guys are fighting, like Schenn and Wood were, if a third person comes in and creates an unfair advantage, then that's bad. So then they toss that person from the game. Now, usually, though, it never becomes a 2-on-1 fight. Usually it's when a player thinks that his teammate is getting taken advantage of. But this one was weird because after Schenn and Wood got untangled, a New Jersey guy fell on Schenn, so he should be in the third man in. And then Joshua then fell on Wood, but then Joshua gets the third man in as well. Harry said Schenn got the extra for danger in the ground and pound. Okay, so that's why he got tossed. And then why did Wood get tossed then? Oh, both Schenn and Joshua were ejected. Not sure why the second player on the Devils wasn't ejected as well. Yes, Schenn and Joshua were ejected and Wood was ejected. But why? Tell me, why were Schenn and Wood ejected in the first place? Because you're allowed to fight unless there's something bad that Schenn got tossed because the guy was down the ice and kept swinging away. Okay, that makes sense for Schenn. So why did Wood get thrown out? That's what I want to know. So I get why Schenn was thrown out by punching Wood while Wood was on the ground. I get why Joshua was thrown out because he was the third man in. So why was Wood thrown out? And maybe you guys have said it and I just missed it, but that's the part I'm confused about. Or am I wrong? Was Wood not thrown out of the game? I'm pretty sure he was, though. He only played 9 minutes, or maybe that's all he's supposed to play. Someone tell me. Or maybe tell me if I'm completely wrong. Was Wood even thrown out of the game? I guess. Okay, Wood was still playing. So that was my bad then. So the Canucks had 2 guys thrown out, whereas Wood still played. That's weird. Okay, I believe you guys. That's fine. So Horvat scores 2 goals, so that was a positive. JT Miller, I know he had that lazy giveaway. He had a couple lazy giveaways, but I'm not blaming him for losing the game, especially on the empty net goal by Jack Hughes, although that was a bit of a lazy play. I want to talk about 2 things real quick. I want to talk about Thatcher Demko, and then I want to talk about the lineup decisions tonight, and then I will throw it over to you. Demko, I heard on the radio, a lot of people saying he's only been average. He hasn't stolen them a game. But really, I can only fault Demko on the second goal. You can't fault him on the Hischier power play goal. You can't, when they scored 7 seconds in the power play. You can't, I think the McLeod one is the one where he actually let a soft rebound out and McLeod put it in. So that's fine. The Mercer one was a 2-on-1. That was the shorthanded one where Podkolzin gave up the puck. The Sharangovich goal was also a 2-on-1 caused by a horrible play by Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson was bad. He was bad tonight, -2. Ekman Larsson was really bad. And I think he was on the goal for the power play goal too, and the shorthanded goal. So he was on for a lot of goals. And then the 5th one was the empty netter. So I think you can only really blame Demko on 1 of the 5 goals. Definitely not the empty netter. So he was only in goal for 4 of the 5 goals, and he made 32 saves on 36 shots. Right. So those are the 4 goals there. So I don't think Demko was particularly bad tonight. Sure, he did not steal the game per se, but you need more than the goaltender to steal the game. So that one's tricky. And yes, Lucas and others have brought up a good point that on the other end, Mackenzie Blackwood was really good. He played a good game, and you can't really blame, you have to give Blackwood props for sure. Yeah, but I wouldn't blame Demko for sure. Canucks suck. Be classy, please. Be classy. And so that's the first thing. I wouldn't blame Demko for this game. The other thing, though, I would love your thoughts on. Sure, Besser wasn't ready to play, so that's fine. That's no qualms with the forwards. You put Studnicka in, but that's fine. Besser was really the only healthy scratch, I believe, for the Canucks. At forward, that is. Actually, I don't think Besser's even being activated off the IR now that I think about it. But then on D, you had Stillman play coming off the IR, and you had Ethan Bear play along with Jack Studnicka as his first game of the season. But you do it at the expense of Rathbone and Burrows, who I think had a really good game against Pittsburgh in their 5-1 victory on Friday night. So I'm not saying that it's Bear and Stillman's fault that they lost. Bear was 0. He was even 18 minutes. Stillman was a -1. Stillman, I think he made I don't know if it was a poor play, but he was caught chasing a forward around the ice on the New Jersey second goal. But I think the issue was more Ekman Larsson and Myers as opposed to Stillman and Bear, admittedly. But I think a lot of people were wondering why Stillman and Bear played, or at least Stillman played ahead of Jack Rathbone, who is young, who is hungry, who has improved since the preseason, and maybe would have helped with some of the New Jersey Devils' speed, because Bear's a good skater. You guys I didn't watch the game though, so you're gonna have to tell me how Bear looked out there tonight in his 18 minutes. But you definitely know that Rathbone is a better skater than Stillman. I know one defenseman doesn't make a difference, but maybe Rathbone could have helped with New Jersey's speed. So yeah, thanks moderators for doing a good job, by the way, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys taking care. Yeah, I have moderators who are doing a good job, and I'll let them take care of what they need to take care of. So Canucks fans, I would just love to know, no focus question here, because I have to admit I didn't watch the full game. I just saw highlights, and I just had it on the side of my phone while I was destroying everyone in bowling tonight. So I would just love to know your thoughts overall. You can talk about Bear, you can talk about Studnicka, you can talk about the fight, you can talk about Bo Horvat, you can talk about Demko, whatever you want to talk about. I will get to your comments after I get through this mid-show sponsor read. So thank you to my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. You can sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use that link that is scrolling across the bottom of your screen, performandtransform.ca/Canuck Clay. I had my check-in with them earlier today before I went bowling. Great to stay connected with them. And if you sign up now, you get a free 7-day trial, and Coach Patrick will contact you right away. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the code Canuck Clay, the discount code Canuck Clay at checkout. Receive $15 off every pair of Vessi shoes that you buy at vessi.ca. Once again, a mid-show reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave donations, to gift memberships, and most importantly, to leave comments in the chat. Let's get going. I think I left off about right here. Jamie says, OEL and Myers, Rathbone Bear needs to happen, I hope. Yeah, and that would mean Rathbone coming in for Stillman. Hello, Rosario. Coach Rob, Marie did a great job on the anthem. A good job on the anthem. Yes. I'm sorry I missed it. She wasn't scheduled to, because I'm going to the next game that she's scheduled to sing on December 1st against the Panthers. But she was a last-minute replacement. I think someone fell ill. So I'm glad Marie did a really good job. Angela says, time for Oyel and Myers to sit. That's a lot of money on the bench. The Elder Canucks dominated the first 10 minutes until Pearson got a one-handed hooking penalty to get Jersey into the game. Well, actually, that was only 4 minutes in, but I hear what you're saying. I trust that you're saying the Canucks held the advantage early on. Hey, Harry, what are your thoughts on Ethan Bear tonight? Harry, I can't give any thoughts because admittedly I didn't watch the full game, so I need to trust your opinion. I really like Ethan Bear's play. His passing was great. There we go. Thank you for that, Harry. Hope you had fun at the game. Carl, Clay, even if Miller has 7 points in 9 games with a -4, would you have traded Miller away for some defense? Was there a defenseman available this past summer? The D-men weren't great on the free agent market, for sure. Klingberg was probably the best. And then you got to, it's easy to say we should have traded Miller away because, but I do think one of Miller or Horvat may not be here at the start of next season. And obviously the odds are that it's going to be Horvat given that they haven't signed him yet. Not sure if we see a trade between Vancouver and Toronto. What does each team have that the other team wants? Funk you. If Bear keeps playing like he did tonight, our right side looks decently competent. Just needs to adapt to team tendencies, and I think he's a mainstay top 6D. Rutherford even said he could be a top 4D. So I'm glad to hear that so far early returns on Ethan Bear have been good. Lucas pre-ordered his reverse retro. Nice. It looked really nice on the ice. That's awesome. Yeah, it did look pretty good, actually. I liked it. Do I think Martin starts the game on Thursday? I do. And you're not saying that Demko is bad, but you're just giving the team a different look. Aloha to you. I'll just call you Sideshow instead of reading your whole name. But thank you. Thanks for being here. Tanner's not happy with OEL. Yeah, he's still got a few more years left. Shannon, I'm just wondering, some NHL team, when a goalie lets in 4 goals, they put the backup in. So a lot of times, if you know that you're going to play Spencer Martin on Thursday, Shannon, then you don't put Spencer Martin in for the third period. Even maybe Boudreau thought Demko was playing well enough. Maybe Demko insisted to stay in, but really pulling the goalie sometimes is embarrassing. It's not the best look. And really, I said only one of the 4 goals were Demko's fault. You could do it to change things up, but I think the Canucks knew they weren't going to win this game. So it's really up to the coach for sure. Chris, Clay, thoughts on Pettersson? He's slowly looking insanely dangerous game after game. Also, you can touch on his line mates. Can you touch McCabe and Kuzmenko? Yeah, I heard that, especially in the first period, they're quite dominant. Nothing to show for on the score sheet, but I heard that they were quite dominant, and I think PD's on top of his game right now, or very close to it. Is there any way to get rid of OEL? No, because you have to attach sweeteners to a team, to him, to trade him to a team because of his bad contract. There we go. Sky says no one will take his contract. Man Ray, hey bud. Bo getting paid as usual. Rough game, but what can you do? Hockey's always fun. Indeed. Nice to see you. I got to see Man Ray at work. I get to see Man Ray on the stream. Lots of Man Ray. Man Ray and Clay. Clay and Man Ray. Birdie, may the real community here uplift you in a positive way. I'm sorry for your loss, but never be afraid to reach out. Indeed. And I'm glad the moderators took care of that silly comment. Yeah, Adam, Brock misses a lot of games, doesn't he? Nylander for Miller. Ooh. I'm not sure. How's Nylander doing this year? I know he's insanely talented, but what's his contract like? I don't know enough. That's interesting, Truman. Sky would take Nylander for Miller. Jack Hughes walked around Myers like a pylon. Yeah, and Myers looks even slower than he is because of his size, too. Larkin for Horvat. I don't think Detroit does that. Vax says, I'm very disappointed in our fan base. Everyone always goes to bash Demko, but tonight I think he did his best. I think defensive plays were very horrible for Myers and OEL. Yeah. Myers and OEL were not good. By the way, over 100 of you in here. Thank you. Only 30 likes. Let's get that up. Canucks have been really bad in the third period in 9 of their 10 games. They really need to find a way to play better in the third. That is a great point. Either holding on to leads or being able to push back. Bester for Nylander. I don't think Toronto does that. Jervy, the score prediction will be 4-2 for the Canucks. 4-2 for the Canucks. Myers and Pearson discussed for a move. Maybe, you never know. Japan says 3-1 Anaheim. I know Japan's not too happy tonight. Pens have lost 5 in a row. I think they need to shake up. Bo for Crosby. There, done. Solved. Are we at the bottom of the standings now for the entire league? Let's see, league. Oh, yeah, we are. Dang. 2 other teams have 6 points. St. Louis and Columbus. Rutherford with the stealth T. It's brilliant. Sky wants Pearson gone. Vango, do you think the only way Quebec City gets the Nordiques back will be relocation? Yes. I don't know if the NHL is going to expand. They have their 32 teams. Nice 4 divisions of 8, 2 divisions of 6, 2 conferences of 16. As soon as you add another team or two, the symmetry goes out the window. Was the Shen fight the highlight of the night, says Filmerwax. I don't know. It depends if you like fighting. What are your thoughts on Meyer? I've always said he did not look good tonight. Rathbone needs to play. I agree, Adam. Definitely weird how Shen got ejected. Kuznetsov not too long ago didn't get thrown out for pounding a guy on the ground off the high stick. The Department of Player Safety makes me think that they have it out for us. Yeah, a lot of people think that they're biased against the Canucks. I don't buy into that. We want Bedard. I just hope Demko goes downhill. Why would you want your goalie to go downhill? Carl, Clay Martin had a good game against Pittsburgh. Do you think we should have kept him in a row with that win? No, I don't. It would be different if it was 2 days later, but the game was actually 4 days later. So Demko, you don't want Demko sitting for more than a week or at least 5 or 6 days. So I'm fine with Demko playing, and I certainly don't think he was the reason why they lost tonight. But I expect Martin to play against Anaheim on Thursday. Bear looks solid, good. Why doesn't Pearson shoot on the power play? Yeah, I think he should just unleash it. And even if it gets blocked or misses the net, he still scores so much. And if it gets blocked and hurts someone, then they're going to think twice about blocking it the next time. Bear should replace Meyer's spot, move up to the top 4 already. Wow. Of course, Harry Demko didn't mean to let in 4. For sure. Yes, Eskimo, some people are talking about Miller for first, Hedel, and Lundqvist. Vax, Benning wanted to win now. Wanted to win. He didn't have time for rebuild. That's why he made that trade for Garland and OEL. Ducks beat the Sharks in OT. Horvat with 2 goals. Yep. Canucks next 4 or 5 against easier teams. That's right. They do have Anaheim, Nashville, Ottawa, and Montreal. Sky also says we should have traded for Lundqvist. Chris says, do you think the Canucks might trade down on a first-round pick for getting Connor? Trade down, meaning trading up? I don't think anyone with their first overall pick is going to give it up this year. Wow, Jeremy, you're at the game and someone's trying to climb the glass? That's a little bit ridiculous. What would my D pairings be? I'd go Hughes, Shen, OEL, Myers, Rathbone, Bear. I'd get Rathbone in for Stillman and see what happens. You could go Hughes, Bear, Oyel Myers, Rathbone Shen as well. Yeah, Oyel had a very rough game. I agree, Bruce. Justin heard some booze at 4-1. Japan not happy, but you're welcome to share your mind. I know you weren't happy on the game over Vancouver either. I don't know who put Birdie in timeout. I don't follow what the mods do, but it sounds like you're back. Were those Canucks game won by luck? Definitely not the Pittsburgh game. I was at that game. They played a very, very good team game. Is it rebuild time yet, Clay? The more I see losses like this, I would not be opposed to it for sure. Sideshow now saying, my bad. I hope he doesn't lose confidence. That's a better way of putting it. Edmund, yeah, you don't want to punish a guy just for one turnover, though. It depends on what else he's bringing to the team, and maybe he's not bringing enough. Another $10 donation from Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. Shot in the dark. Bring back Jake Christensen. Kid has some upside if he doesn't get qualified as RFA. A strong D-man in the AHL for Columbus. Why? I know this kid's... Yeah, I don't know if he's on the Canucks radar. You should tell Jim Rutherford, Lucas. Thank you for the donation. Rebuild 94, 95, 96, 97, 90. Who do I think wins the President's Trophy this year? I know Boston and Vegas are out to super hot starts. New Jersey, no. Edmonton Rangers. I don't know. I think when all is said and done, I think Carolina might be up there too. Maybe Carolina. Yeah, mark my words, Seattle. It's just Carolina. Which team will Myers land if the Canucks make a trade? That's too hard to say, Harry, because there's 31 teams out there. It could be anyone. And because I haven't heard him linked to anyone, it's too hard to speculate that. Our wingers are horrible. Yeah, I expected more from collectively Besser. I thought Kuzmenko was being okay. Mikheyev's actually had a couple good games up until tonight. At least he was producing. Erik Karlsson, early fave for Norris. 9 goals in the season. Wow. He had a hat trick today, right? Hello, Kaya. Kaya had the pleasure of running Game Over Vancouver tonight. For once, Pettersson was the second best forward, still best overall this season, but Horvat always gives the Devils hell. I see what you did there. And Kaya, great job on your show. I caught the tail end of it when I got home from bowling. The Ultima says, number 1 pick. Here we come. Birdie, I was sitting behind the fan who tried to go over the glass. I'm in town for the 3 home games. Nice. Well, welcome to Vancouver, Birdie. Wait, you're in town, but you're... Okay, no, that's... I'm glad you're here. Rutherford doesn't want to rebuild because he is too old to see the team when they get good. That's true. He might want to win now. Yeah, this team, they got to somehow shed some of their bad contracts, Vax. For sure. Man Ray, with the Canucks having so many questionable seasons in the last few years, how does that feel as a content creator? That's a great question, Man Ray. And I work with Man Ray, as you guys know, get along with him really well. He's a very smart dude. I would much rather cover a team that's winning, especially during the bubble season when we made it to the second round, almost to the third round. That was a lot of fun. My streams were big and I was very motivated. I still do this because I enjoy doing it. I love building community. I love talking about my favorite team. Yes, it would undoubtedly be a lot more fun. I think my channel would grow even more if the team was doing well. So that's kind of what I hope for. But it's been challenging. But I also think my role is to also provide a safe place for people to express their frustration and their fandom as well. Great question, Man Ray. Do you think Rutherford is bringing this down? No, at least not intentionally. How confident that we win on Thursday? 64%. Do you expect another trade? I think they're not done tinkering. Yes. Who finishes atop Pacific Division? I will go Edmonton. I think they'll catch Vegas. I did not watch enough of the game to comment on Baron Studnicka. Do you think the Canucks would buy out OEL's contract? I don't know if you want to retain money. I don't know if you want to buy it out. That's just going to be a tough one to look at. And you shouldn't really buy out a contract unless there's only 1 or 2 years left. Yes, maybe they need Brock back. Okay, if no one has already, Yeah, I think Canucks suck. We'll time Canucks suck out and then just boot him from the channel. Go ahead, moderators. Boot Canucks suck from the channel. That is fine. I've seen enough already. And usually I always say, hide someone, time them out, because we want to build an inclusive community, but I've already seen enough. So, yeah, moderators, next time, if he hasn't or she hasn't already, next time Canucks suck posts, you can boot him or her right out. Can't do this anymore. Full-time NFL fan. Falcons, yes. Miller is better on the wing, but we paid him big money for a center. He is making center money. That's a great point. Bear played better than Oyel or Myers. I believe you. If we lose the next two, I think Boudreaux could get. I keep saying they shouldn't fire him because then you're going to pay three coaches. Green last year of his contract, Boudreaux last year his contract, and the new coach. But what else can you do? You can't trade away the whole team. The team does have a lot of bad contracts for sure. Lucas, like me, doesn't believe in the T word. Peter Hughes, do you think the Canucks should buy out Oyel after this season? Cap friendly will be 146K, 2.3, 4.8, 4.8, 2.1. Okay, so that's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'd have to look at the numbers a bit better, Peter Hughes, and not make a quick judgment now. But that's interesting. I thought the numbers would be a lot worse than that. Interesting. Do you think the Canucks could trade Petey and their first pick for the first overall pick? Ooh, I still think the team that has the first overall pick would not make that trade. It actually depends how high the Canucks, like if it's Petey in a second for the first, maybe. But I think Bedard is a generational player. Yeah, thanks, Roger. True fan dealing with tough times. I will never judge or never tell someone how to be a fan. I just know that I invest too much time, money, and energy to be fair weather. Thanks, Vax. I appreciate that comment. I'm not looking to be the big next creator. I'm not looking at a job on any sports radio or TV show. I just want to provide a good community and insightful commentary for sure. Can the Canucks play Bieksa? He could shore up our right side for sure. Adam, happy birthday to all. Moms rule. Yes, moms do rule. Thank you for the donation, Adam. And you guys, I would love to keep going, but I have to wrap up tonight because tonight is the night I got to get to my church by midnight, and I got to do a couple things before I go. We went for a good 34 minutes. That's not bad. By the time I wrap up, it'll be the 35 or 36 minute mark. So thank you everyone for being here tonight. Moderators, thank you. You had some work. I always joke around about, hey, you didn't have much to do tonight. I know you were busy tonight. So moderators, thank you for all of your good work. Wow, we have a new franchise member too as well. So let's say a welcome to Jeremy. That is awesome. A new franchise member. That is awesome. Welcome, Jeremy. Great to have you. Let's give some love to JP, to Jeremy for sure. I'll answer this one last question from DeUltima. Why am I always going to church so late? Just on Tuesday nights or Wednesday morning, I have a prayer hour from midnight until 1 o'clock. And it's my chance just to relax, to pray for my family, pray for some of you, pray for my work, pray for me, myself, pray for the needs of the world. And it's great downtime. Now I better wrap up. Moderators, thank you. Members, legendary Lucas Gates, happy 30th. Legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, thanks for your support as always. Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks to all of you as well. And to all of you for watching tonight. Despite the 5-2 loss, I'm glad that we were able to come here and at least hang out for 35 minutes or so. Also, thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, my primary sponsor, my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Everyone listening on the podcast, thank you. Make sure you rate and review. And finally, on your way out, make sure you subscribe. If you'd like to like this video, if you'd like to, thanks for the donations. I think Lucas did a lot of them, and I think there was 2 others. Adam was one of them, and I can't remember the other one. I'm so sorry for the other person who donated. I know as soon as I start naming them, then I know I messed up because I'll miss one. I know Lucas did $20 worth, Adam did 2, and someone else did 2. Whoever did the other 2, I'm sorry that I missed it. or maybe that's right then, Adam and Lucas. So thank you for the donations, and thanks to everyone who subscribed tonight, and thank you JP for bringing back for joining as a franchise member. Okay, friends, as always, I will be here tomorrow night. I don't think we're gonna do Canucks After Dark because Parker was sick yesterday. I couldn't do today because I knew bowling would go late, and then tomorrow I have plans, and then we're already into Thursday, Friday, Thursday. There's the BX game, and I think I'm supposed to be helping out with Game Over Vancouver. So I don't think we're going to do Canucks After Dark this week, but we will get back to you about when we do it next week. But I will be back tomorrow night at 11 o'clock for yet another stream. Just a heads up that because it's my biggest work week of the year, I usually don't stream Friday, Saturday, but I will not be streaming Sunday, Monday of this week either. Well, definitely not the Sunday. We'll see about the Monday. We may have to move Canucks After Dark to Tuesday. So I might be off for 4 days on the weekend, but I know you'll miss me, but I think life will move on. But I'll update you later in the week. Okay, that's enough for now. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And you guys, I must tell you, I was kind of scared. I think my calendar is trying to kill me. I think my days are numbered. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.